welcome to another episode of the Dialed In NFL podcast. You are joining us for the Super Bowl prediction show. And currently, as we speak, the NFL is doing the Pro Bowl games. So we'll probably cover a little bit of that, talk about what's happening in real time as it happens. If you're watching and you want to join and you want to give your opinions on the Pro Bowl, the Super Bowl, or anything, you want to be a part of the game we do versus ChatGPT, it's going to be a Super Bowl matchup. One of us is going to be the Seahawks. One of us is going to be the Patriots, which is probably going to be the team you want to get in this matchup because they have all kinds of Hall of Famers.
What's up, Dave?
On, Dave. Good to see you, brother. All the way from Australia. Appreciate you being with us, man. What time is it over there right now? And I miss your weather because it is like I got like over a foot of snow sitting outside of the house.
Yeah, we'll send you some snow. It's not a problem. We got plenty of it.
Oh my god, yeah. I'm not a fan of it. Funny thing was, Irene dropped the computer, like the laptop, on her toe, and it was all swollen and bothering her. And her dad goes, "Just go stick it out in the snow."
Yeah,
it out there. Yeah, we appreciate you being with us. Again, we got a big matchup with ChatGPT. It's the Super Bowl. That'll be fun. What do you guys think of the Pro Bowl games? Are you with it, or do you guys not really dig it? Like for me, I'm not really feeling the NFL Pro Bowl at all. Like, not only is it not what it once was, like it used to be a lot better. I feel like whenever I was a kid, but now it's like not even like a full game. They're doing like flag football type stuff, and then you got guys like Shedeur Sanders making it. Like, I'm not quite sure how Shedeur Sanders made it to the Pro Bowl.
Me neither.
I don't know if it's just like off of the fact that he's Deion Sanders' kid.
Or
no,
just
but I think what happens is they start off with a list.
Yep.
And then they say, okay, hey, all right, well, we know Drake May's not going to go there. We know Bo Nix is going to go there. Hey, Josh. And Josh is like, yeah, no. Hey, Herbert, no. Hey, so-and-so, no. Hey, so-and-so, no. Hey, so-and-so, no. Hey, Shedeur, sure.
I ain't got nothing better to do. It's like they go down that list because a lot of them don't want to even play it.
Especially now. I mean, it was different. At least when it was a game, it might have been a little more. But now.
You're playing flag football. We don't want them to get hurt. Go back to what it was when you had, back in I think it was like, I can't remember what year it was when Taylor knocked out the Buffalo Bills guy on the sidelines at one time.
I don't hate the skills part of it.
I always like them because they have fun with it.
I used to always love. They used to do the quarterback club in the '90s, like with like Aikman and Favre and like Steve Young and all them guys, and they do all like the stuff where they're like hitting the targets and they're seeing who can throw the furthest and stuff like that. I remember Cordell Stewart was furthest one year. It was awesome, but.
I agree with Dave. Get rid of the game, keep the skills.
Yeah, for sure.
Just have a day of nothing but the skills. Have a whole whatever the game time takes, just make it all skills.
You know what I think they should do, which would be even cooler? Make the skills like the lead up to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, there you
go. Just like it's WrestleMania. Make it the pre-show.
Yeah, but what? But it still comes down to it's just a quarterback competition. Because what do you want to see? I mean, from what? So you have a wide receiver. Who can make a one-handed catch?
Well, they did do that the one year with the wide receivers, like diving for balls and stuff like that. Different types of catches, but like you said, now it's more gotten down to just the quarterbacks. And
yeah, I mean that's the bad thing about it. It's like, it's a skills competition. Okay, so what skill competition for the linebackers?
Yeah.
Are you running? Are you running through a group of people? I mean, you're running a gauntlet. See how far you get before people go ahead and stop you.
They're going to take the AFC and MC and play Red Rover.
I mean, kickers, you could do stuff, right?
Right.
Because you say, hey, make the ball stop within 5-yard line, a 10-yard.
Right.
So punters, you could do stuff with place kicker, field goal guys, quarterbacks. But after the other stuff, I mean, from a skill perspective, I
Yeah,
just
what would a
don't
running
know what
back
you
do?
would
You
do
know,
outside of quarterbacks and kickers.
yeah,
Yeah.
because your running back, what are you going to do with them? That doesn't really do. You can't really do anything there.
You have to get
Yeah.
real creative with some of these positions. I mean, you could almost do something Madden-esque with it. Like they have like a training camp feature on like Madden, where like the players all like do stuff like to where even like the offensive linemen, they're trying to like deflect like footballs from getting to like a dummy or a quarterback or something like that.
Yeah.
So they could do something like that where they have like jugs machines or something like that, shooting balls or something. But I'm just looking over the AFC roster right now for the Pro Bowl. Every single quarterback on this list is an alternate.
Yeah.
You've got Joe Burrow, who missed a good portion of the year as the starter, Shador as the backup, and then you got Joe Flacco as the third.
Supposedly, they asked Justin Fields about showing up and doing something.
That's awful. Let me
I
see
know
the
the
NFC
NFC side.
roster. Okay, so the NFC roster at least has they have two alternatives, but their alternatives that they have are Jalen Hurts and Jared Goff, like legitimate Pro Bowl caliber players. Like, granted, Jalen Hurts probably wasn't Pro Bowl caliber this year, but he's
Who's
still
starting for the
a
NFC?
capable player to be there. Yeah, NFC is way better than the AFC.
Who's the starter for the NFC this year?
Jalen Hurts.
Really? I know Jaden was asked, and he said no. I think the only one that was actually voted from our team was our punter.
I don't honestly. I mean, I really don't understand why they do it. Anything else other than to fill, that weekend, that week in between. There was somebody who mentioned, that too bad football playoffs go too long, because what would have been cool is if you had the college football championship game, the week before the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's already going ahead and being pushed out so far, that really would not make sense unless you were to figure out a way to pull the Super Bowl, closer into, into January.
Yeah.
Nice. Ben Skoranek from the Steelers made it.
But like I said, in all honesty, it's like, I can only imagine what the ratings are.
Oh, that's going to be terrible.
The WNBA probably gets a better ranking than the NFL, all-pro game.
How did TJ Watt make the Pro Bowl? And I'm one of the biggest Steeler fans you're going to meet. The guy had a freaking deflated lung for a quarter of the season.
Well, that's just it, Anthony. Everybody that, because even though he had a deflated lung, they're picking defensive ends. How many more of them are there in the AFC that you would pick ahead of him?
That's a good point.
You have Myles Garrett, and then
hang on, put it this way: ones that would want to play.
Well, he's not considered an alternate, or is he?
Who's that? Watt? No, he wasn't an alternate. He was first choice, I guess.
Yeah, and the funny thing is even if you get chosen, you if you have the all-pro, bonus kicker.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as you're named the Pro Bowl, even though you don't go, you still get it. It's not like you have to go.
Yeah.
So I think,
back
so
in the
from
day,
that standpoint.
So does that mean Shador got a bonus for being an alternate?
If he has it in his contract, then he could say he was an all-pro.
Yep.
He literally could go ahead and say, all-pro.
Back in the day, you didn't see that many of these people. Back in the day, you didn't see these players saying, "No, I don't want to go." They were all for it.
Well, because a lot of times, number one, it was in Hawaii.
True.
Good
point there.
and then after a while, I mean, it literally was, touch football for the most part. I mean, I'm okay. Like, I'm okay with the flag football game. I mean, I'm getting me like I'm okay with that, but you know, what good is it if the people that the NFL believes are the all pros, what good is it if they don't go?
True.
Like I understand there's no, I don't know what the incentive would be, but why, if you're Josh Allen, why wouldn't you go play, flag football? I understand, hey, your team lost, you feel bad, you're like, man, this sucks. But why wouldn't you go? There's zero incentive for them to go.
Right.
So it makes sense why they would not go.
I need an unbiased opinion on Shador here, because I honestly think he's been hot garbage this year. But I asked ChatGPT, where is Shador Sanders ranked this season among all starting quarterbacks statistically? So he played 8 games. His completion percentage was 56%. He had 1,400 yards passing. He had 7 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, passer rating of 68.1, 6.6 yards per completion. Ranking versus other starters. According to one quarterback list, Sanders was placed near the bottom of all starting quarterbacks, around 31st out of 32 primary starters.
I like how they go near the very bottom. I
Yeah.
guess technically there was one spot left to go.
I'm guessing Cam Ward was probably below him.
No, probably Justin Fields or Tyron Taylor, one of the Jets quarterbacks.
Yeah, that's true. So overall, statistical metrics include passer rating, advanced efficiency stats. Also suggest he ranked well below league averages for starters in key measures like EPA per play and passer rating. Context: Sanders traditionally stats, yards, completion, touchdowns are modest, due in part to being mid-season starter on a struggling offense. He only started 8 games as a rookie. Advanced metrics put him towards the bottom of the QBs who started meaningful time in 2025. Summary: passer rate efficiency significantly below league average. Touchdown interception ratio is negative. Overall ranking is near the very bottom. So he's like 31 of 32. That is your number 2 quarterback in the AFC. Crazy.
And that's the interesting part, because especially the passer rating and the efficiency portion, like that's what he was supposed to be, known for.
Yep.
Man, this guy, from that standpoint.
I don't think he's going to end up being anything. He's just going to be a bust, I think. Kind of like a Ryan Leaf.
No, and what's funny, what's funny about it is there were, all these prognosticators who were sitting up there going, "This is ridiculous. He's not in the second round. This is ridiculous. He's not in the third round. This is ridiculous. He's not in the fourth round."
I was the guy going, "Damn it, just draft him already."
I mean, so let's go ahead and see what happens. But I mean, and people will go, "Oh, well, he didn't get enough reps and blah blah blah." I mean, a lot of that stuff is all 100% correct. But now let's see. You got a brand new coach. That also has to suck for him. Because nothing says a brand new coach. We've always what you've seen many times in the NFL. A new coach comes in, unless the GM tells him, "Hey, you're not going to be able to move on from this guy." He moves on from. A lot of them don't go ahead and they don't stick with those guys.
Yeah.
It's just the way it is.
29 guys had to say no for him to get that spot, because you figure Burrow already said yes. 29 other guys said no because he was ranked 31.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean that's what it boils down to. That's why I mean the Pro Bowl, you know, let's face it, you know,
Like, how is that
it's a
possible that
joke.
they allow of course you can't force them to do it, but you would think that they would like really push like, hey, you want to participate in this. That's why I think they should make it part of the Super Bowl, because then those players that all want to be a part of that weekend have an excuse to be flown out there and to be a part of it with their families.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how many are banging. You know, I don't know how many. It would be interesting to know the number of players not in the Super Bowl
Mhm.
that travel to the Super Bowl to watch.
Yep.
I'm sure there'll be a decent amount. I mean, going back to what you said, Anthony, I mean, if they could technically do it. If they put it in the contract that, look, in order to get this bonus, if you're chosen for the Pro Bowl, you better show up.
Mhm.
Otherwise, you don't get your bonus.
Yeah, but I mean,
That'd be the only way they could kind of make them want to do it.
okay. I mean, I hear you.
For 29 quarterbacks, though, well, technically it wasn't, because you figure the AFC, so it would be half of 29. So at least 14 or 15 quarterbacks said no for Shador to be there. Like,
Right.
that's a pretty sizable chunk of people to say, NFL, we don't want to be a part of your big weekend.
Yeah.
So I hear what you say. I mean, you look at it from a standpoint of different levels of players. If
Right.
you're Josh Allen, and I don't know what Josh Allen's salary is,
A little more than mine.
but if they go, hey Josh, if you don't go, you're not going to get this $150,000 bonus.
Mm-hmm.
Josh Allen goes, yeah, okay, no thanks.
That is saying something.
So Josh Allen is on a 6-year, $330 million extension with $250 guaranteed. His only bonus was a $56.75 million signing bonus.
Right. But I'm saying though, if you put, what dollar figure are you going to have to put on the Pro Bowl to get them to go in their contract? Again, depending on who you're talking about, right? If Shador Sanders has it in his contract, hey, well, if you make the Pro Bowl, we'll give you an extra 150 grand. He may, and he's, signed a, he was able to somehow negotiate that in his deal when he got drafted as a 5th rounder. Okay, it makes sense. But you take the top half of the AFC starting quarterbacks, there's not one of them that's going to go there because of the money.
Yeah, totally agree.
Right? They're going to be like, oh, wait a minute. You want to? Yeah, no, I'm good. Let's see. I have this check for 25 million or 30 million over here. You want me to go there for 150? Nah, I think I'm going to take, my wife and my family, or just me and my wife. We're just going to go, and we're going to go to Bora Bora for 3 weeks.
Or do they look at it like we do in a sense? Like, for example, Michael, you might say, hey, I'm going to sell like these 5 cards, and I'm going to use that money to get myself this really nice card I've been wanting. Maybe they look at it like, hey, I'm going to use this $100,000 Pro Bowl bonus, and I'm going to go out there and I'm going to go get myself the dream car that I've been wanting, or, X, Y, or Z with it. Do you think any of them have that mindset?
No, but when you're making $30 million a year, what's 150 grand?
Yeah, definitely. I think if you did it, it'd be a lot like you were thinking. I think a lot of your younger players, maybe between the 1st and the 3rd, maybe 4th year people, might go after that type of a thing for the 150,000 to do it. But the ones that, like you said, Mike, are making 30, 40 million a year, no, they don't really care about 100,000, 150,000.
Right.
You have to make it almost $1 million to do that.
That's all I'm saying. You're right. Like the offensive guard who's getting paid, $2 million a year, and if he has something in his contract that says, "Hey, we'll give you 200,000 if you go ahead and go to the Pro Bowl," that's friggin' 10% of what I make. Yes, yes, I'm going. Thank you very much.
Yeah, because
This is
Shador's
kind of what I was thinking about in a sense, because a lot of them, like especially in football, it's such a violent sport. Like running backs, you're not going to last long. Linemen, you're not going to last long. Like you're talking like early to mid 30s, you're done. Um, but the average NFL career for like players that aren't like the Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Brett Favre types that are just old as hell, is 3.3 years across all players. And then players who make opening day rosters is about 6 years. First round picks normally can last about 9+ years. Quarterbacks normally 4.5 to 5 year average, but successful starters last longer. So I was just kind of curious on that, because even if you have like a $40 million contract, how many of those are you going to have? You know what I mean? And then that has to last you your whole life, unless you're going to rely on a second career. It's kind of what I was thinking.
Well,
if you're not stupid and you invest right.
If someone were to hand you the $40 million at your age you're at right now, Anthony, you're going to tell me you couldn't figure out how to never work again for the rest of your life?
I 100% could figure out a way to never work for the rest of my life, but I could also 100% figure out a way to screw it up and piss away all of that money.
Well, anybody could.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course, anybody could. You could go ahead and say, "Hey, you know what? Pittsburgh Penguins, I want to buy in. Here's $40 million." Right? I mean, anybody could do that type of thing. But I think, so you have to look at the flip side. I don't have all that money yet because NFL contracts are not guaranteed. What if I go and I blow out my knee and my career is over?
True. I see what you're saying. I see what you're going at there. I do. I understand that at all.
It's different. It's different than baseball, right? When Juan Soto, when he finished the second O in Soto, when he was signing his name, SOTO, soon as he finished that O and the pen came off the paper, that money's guaranteed. That's his. Every single penny of that contract, because in MLB, the contract is guaranteed. Now he goes ahead and he gets hurt. The team that has to decide to go ahead, and file for insurance and all the other kind of stuff. NFL is just not like that. That's why we are seeing more guaranteed money, but nobody's really getting. I mean, what? Deshaun Watson was the one guy who got basically 98% of his contract guaranteed or something like that. Completely different story, but most of these guys don't get that. You're seeing it more and more, but even still, that's only for Jamar Chase. It's only for Josh Allen. It's only for the upper echelon guys. The third wide receiver on a team, he's not getting any guaranteed money.
True.
Now Dave brought up a good thing about the Pro Bowl if they took, and I kind of want to do a twist on that. Take our Pro Bowlers that were picked and take like college Pro Bowlers and put them up against each other. Might be a better game.
What are you playing?
Yeah, I'd say keep it to flag football so nobody gets hurt, but
I think flag football, that might work.
if you did it the way it used to be, no, the college kids would get crushed. But I mean,
well, no college kid would want to for the potential of getting hurt.
Right.
Okay.
Or even take the skills contest and put college kids up against pro quarterbacks and stuff like that and just see how they do. I mean,
I could see why they'd tell the Pro Bowl to piss off. So the overall estimate is 40 million to 90 million total career earnings. Wide range because it's based on positions. So, yeah, 100%. Pro Bowlers usually become starters long term. Pro Bowl selections usually lead to second contracts, extensions with guaranteed money, higher endorsement opportunities that aren't included in contract totals. Most Pro Bowlers last 7 to 11 seasons, which is well above the NFL average. Average annual salaries. So quarterbacks make 30, the Pro Bowl quarterbacks make 35 to 55 million a year. Receivers make 18 to 30 million a year. Edge rushers make 20 to 30 million a year if you're TJ Watt 40. Corners make 17 to 25 a year. Offensive tackles make 18 to 28 a year. Running backs make 8 to 15 a year. Linebackers, safeties, tight ends make 10 to 20 a year for Pro Bowl caliber.
Yeah. I mean, like look, the truth of the matter is this. When you look at the 4 sports,
look at this. One-time Pro Bowler with shorter career often lands around 25 million to 60 million in their career.
Yeah. But when you look at the other 3 sports and you look at the 4 sports, and that have it, hockey, baseball, basketball, football. Hockey has gone to, they've changed up their stuff where they have skills competition. But I mean, it makes sense, right? You have more offensive players, they have speed on skating, they can do goalie stuff. They can shooting accuracy, so on and so forth. Basketball now is doing this other thing where they're doing like this 3-team thing this year. So that'll be interesting. Baseball, baseball tried to make the All-Star game count because guys were going, nah, man, I don't really want to go. They were doing the same thing. It's the middle of the season. I don't want to go. I'm just going to take off and, go hang out, with the family for, the 3 or 4 days. Football, unfortunately, there's really, other than a flag football type game or a touch football type game, there's really nothing you can do that can encompass the entire team as it is played all the time, right? Offensive players, defensive players, kickers, right? You that's the only way you go ahead and you have it. A version of Bowl Bowl is played mid-season with New South Wales versus Queensland players. Game of state of origin, no flag, and hitting as hard as they do at the club level.
Nice.
I mean, I thought about that too, taking our Pro Bowl and put it in mid-season, see how it would do, but it would still be the same way. They'd still not want to go.
Yeah, I don't know. Again, I just don't,
Think it would change back if they went back to playing in Hawaii?
I don't think so. Not today's players.
Honestly, I would want to go more if it was in Hawaii.
not with the money involved.
That's true.
Well, again, if you're making $10 million, Sam Darnold is making $33 million. What the hell does he need? He's in the Super Bowl, but if he wasn't, what the hell does he need the Super Bowl with the Pro Bowl to go to freaking Hawaii?
True.
Very true.
I think that's the bad part about it. That's what I'm saying. That's where the bad part comes from is that the players that you want to see are the ones that get paid the most money, who turn around and go, yeah, nah, man, my season ended. My team lost. I'm done playing. I'm relaxing. I'm recuperating. I'm not going there to go ahead and do anything else. I mean, again, I wish there was a way we could get them to go, because it would be cool seeing, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, playing flag football on one side, with some of the guys, on the other side, a Jalen, Daniels, or, other, Caleb Williams. I mean, Jordan Love. That'd be great football to see. Unfortunately,
I don't know if you hear all those dings That's my senior I Hate My Life correspondent, Marty, letting me know that the Cavaliers traded Darius Garland for James Harden, and I want to throw him up right now. James Harden is old and like, I love me some Darius Garland. That sucks.
Minnesota made. I mean, Memphis and Utah made a massive trade.
Yeah, I heard about that one.
Eight-player trade. Triple J. Going to. I thought Utah was kind of in a rebuilding type mode. I don't know. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know if I'm a basketball player. I don't know why I'd want to go to the Western Division.
You know what I don't understand is why the hell do the Cavaliers think James Harden gets them over the hump? Like, he's not even that good of a player.
Hey, I mean, I don't understand why you trade a young guy for an older guy. You know, Harden just keeps going. Boom, you know. Oklahoma City, Houston, you know, Brooklyn, Philadelphia, Los Angeles. It's crazy.
Exactly, dude.
He's actually playing. He actually has been playing very well. He's one of the reasons why they were doing so well with Kawhi going in and out a little bit. So he has been playing well. But I think they both had a mutual option for next year.
So ball dominant. You know what I mean? He always needs the ball in his hand, and I just don't think that's going to play well with the Cavs. They need somebody that can actually distribute the ball to their people. I
just don't know. I don't know. Don't know who is out there, you know, for that. You know. Not
sure. Yeah, at least he has a cool beard. So there's that.
There you go.
Marty sends me laughing emojis going, yeah, I thought you would hate that. Oh, well. So who wants to call it today? Who wants the honors of calling the Super Bowl Susan B. Anthony coin? John, you pointing at Michael? Pointing at me? I'm pushing the button, so if I call it, they're going to think I'm cheating.
Ow, you have to call it and then push the button.
Fine, tails never fails. But it failed me.
You suck, man.
It's rigged.
So I was going to pick the Patriots, but or do one of you guys want to pick? So I guess we're the Seahawks, since I suck.
I mean, we could do both.
How would we do both?
We do one where ChatGPT picks the Patriots, we pick the Seahawks, and then we have ChatGPT pick the Seahawks, and we pick the Patriots. That's how you do both.
Oh, you mean two of them? I got you. Okay, now I understand. So let me share chat. Can you guys see my ChatGPT screen, or am I still sharing the random.org?
Random.org.
So this is the Patriots draft. They are taking Tom Brady, whoever the hell that guy is, as their quarterback. Curtis Martin. Stanley Morgan? What the hell? Were they high whenever they passed over Randall Moss?
Okay. I think ChatGPT looks at a little more than a couple of years.
Yeah, I still would have probably went Randy Moss. They got Rob Gronkowski as their tight end, John Hanna as their offensive lineman, Vinatieri at kicker, Seymour at defensive end, Will Fork at defensive tackle, Trippett as their outside linebacker, Brewski as their inside, Ty Law as their corner, and Rodney Harrison as their safety. So it's a pretty decent team. They're probably going to do pretty good against us. I'm trying to think like who would even be like a serviceable duo to go against Tom Brady, and the first person I think of is like freaking Matt Hasselbeck.
Well,
but he'd probably get smoked by Brady.
He is number 2 according to Google Wilson is their number one, the winningest quarterback in franchise history.
I guess
That
I
makes
didn't
sense.
think of Russ. Yeah.
That does make a lot of sense that Wilson would be the guy.
And you also had Dave Craig, Jim Zorn, and Geno Smith. But I mean,
Do we like Russell Wilson better than Sam Darnold?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, to be honest with you.
Yeah, Dave says Wilson for sure.
Yeah,
Wilson.
yeah. My first thought does go to Wilson.
I don't know how I like Matt Hasselbeck. Probably because he let the Steelers win the Super Bowl. What a great guy.
Maybe he's just not that. Maybe overall he's not that good.
Is it Andre Tippett or Tiplet? Tippett. Okay.
And obviously, wide receiver would definitely be Steve Largent.
That's kind of what I was thinking too.
Over JSN?
Good call. JSN is a freaking stud. They've also had DK, but I think JSN's probably better.
And Largent had 13,000 receiving yards, 100 touchdowns.
Largent's going to be hard to beat out.
JSN has 3,500 yards and 20 touchdowns.
Yeah, Largent is probably.
We going Steve Largent?
I think so. I think that's the way.
As they say down here, a more better pick.
Did we say who we wanted at running back? Are we going like Sean Alexander or?
Yeah, all right, let me see here. Who do they say?
Marshawn Lynch.
Oh, dude, beast mode. Why am I thinking the team that lost in the Super Bowl versus the team that actually won? Yeah, freaking Marshawn Lynch, dude.
Wasn't Lynch on both teams?
Yeah, he was on the one that won and the one that lost. If Russ would have just handed him the damn ball, they would have won.
Do you think he's better than Sean Alexander, huh?
I don't know. I mean, they were both pretty good.
Sean is number one. Then they have Chris Warner, Kurt Warner, and then Marshawn Lynch is number 4.
Fourth?
But I'd say we stay with beast mode, especially with the Patriots, I think.
Maybe we'll get lucky and he'll like run over Teddy Bruschi and injure him or something. Tight end. I'm thinking Jimmy Graham. Was there anybody better than Jimmy Graham?
Looking on here, Mike Tice was a big one. And then you have Atula Millie.
Yeah, Jimmy Graham.
Yeah, Zach Miller, Jimmy Graham, or you have AJ Barner.
Is that the guy they have now? Barner?
I think so, yeah.
Offensive lineman, they had what's his name?
I have no idea. Lincoln Kennedy?
I was thinking Hutchinson.
Or Cortez Kennedy.
Had the tackle who was even better than Hutchinson. What the hell was his name?
Didn't they have Cortez? Walter Jones.
Walter Jones is who I was thinking of, yes.
That's who Dave
Yeah,
said.
he's number 1. Yep. Any kicker?
Oh, wow.
Kickers. Did he have good old Norm Johnson once?
I'm going to take a look here. We'll find out. He might have. Come on. Show me who we got. Jason Myers. The guy they have right now, I guess.
Yeah.
He's their best. Oh, no. Actually, he is number 2.
I would be good.
How about Shiska?
Oh yeah, Stephen Hoshko or whatever his name was.
He was actually an 88.8%, and Myers is 86.2. I'd say we go with the Myers guy.
Yeah, I think Myers.
I'm not going to teach you how to spell that other guy's name.
Defensive.
Defensive end. What do we got here, folks? What do we got? Come on. What are you going to bring up for me?
Anthony, was that a 3-team deal?
What for? Harden?
Didn't you guys have DeAndre Hunter?
Yeah, that was a trade we did 2 days ago. We traded him to Sacramento for Dennis Schroeder and Ellis. I
Oh, yeah. Keon Ellis, I think.
Yep.
So here they're saying Jacob Green. He had 116 career sacks.
Jacob
Bennett?
Green?
Yeah, Jacob Green from 1980 to 1991.
Well, you talk about a quiet career.
Yeah. Michael Bennett had 39 sacks. He did have the Super Bowl champ and 3-time Pro Bowler.
Bennett was the guy I was thinking of, but yeah, I mean Jacob Green is ranked higher.
Yeah.
He's a sack leader. Sinclair ranks pretty high too.
I'm being serious. That's a quiet career.
Yeah, it really is.
To have that many sacks,
And nobody knows who you are.
right?
Yeah. Also, might have been the era too. Like, were you like super into watching football in the '80s? Like, because I know for me, I probably wasn't watching any football in the '80s because I was
I was
young child.
for DC, nowhere else though. That's
Yeah,
when we had
I mean-
our prime years. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say for me, if anything, it would be like Steelers on in the house, and I have no clue what's happening because I was young.
right. So are we gonna go with Myers in there then? Or not Myers? Damn it! Now I forget who it was.
Either Green or Bennett. Which one do you guys want, Michael Bennett or Jacob Green?
All right, let's
I
put
think
one.
you gotta go with the.
Dave says Michael Bennett.
We've gone against him in every one so far, except for Wilson, which we all agreed on. But
Yeah, what the heck? Go with. I mean,
go with Bennett.
yeah.
And tackles.
I know they had Cortez Kennedy.
Yeah, he's the premier. Yes,
Is he their number one?
he's number one. 8-time Pro Bowler, Player of the Year, Ring of Honor member. The only other one is Joe Nash, who played the most games, but that doesn't really mean anything.
Yeah, so probably Cortez then. Unless you got anybody, Michael.
No, because I thought Cortez Kennedy was on the other side of the ball. So obviously when I was like offensive tackle, Cortez Kennedy. Oh no, wait, defensive tackle, right?
I mean, they also had Brian Meebame. They have Jaron Reed now, but yeah, Cortez Kennedy's pretty better than all of them.
I mean, the last three should be easy.
Well, outside linebacker, I see him saying Bobby Wagner, which I kind of agree with.
Isn't he a middle? I thought he was a middle linebacker.
That's what I said. I thought Bobby was the inside linebacker.
Maybe. They're saying KJ Wright is the number one for this area. Consistent, dependable playmaker, and crucial part of the Legion of Boom era defense.
Yeah, I'm seeing KJ Wright as well.
You should probably look at KJ Wright.
Selfishly, though, you know who I think is better is Chad Brown because he used to be a Steeler. Let's see. Julian Peterson was decent, but he only played like 2 years for them, I think.
They had Bruce Irvin. He was a first-round pick who provided speed and pass rush ability, but I don't know. I think KJ is probably the way to go there.
KJ KJ
do you
Wright,
think, Michael? You want
Bobby
KJ?
Wagner. Yeah, KJ Wright, Bobby Wagner, Earl
Yeah.
Thomas, Richard Sherman.
Yeah, I would agree with you on, on those three.
That's what I think. I mean,
I'm pretty sure John's probably going to agree on those last three as well because they're basically some of the best players of all time.
Who are you putting in as safety?
Safety, Earl Thomas.
They say Kenny Easley from 81 Days, I've known as the enforcer on the iconic London. It was him and Earl Thomas together. So yeah, I would say both of them. But they're showing them guys basically equal. So
got to have the Shermanator.
Yeah, I agree with those. I'm just hoping we keep Bobby for one more year. I don't think he can do much more
I
after
hope
that.
you guys do too.
We better keep freaking Mariota. I don't care who else you get after that, but what I thought was funny is Cliff got passed over at the Giants for OC.
yeah, they're going with Nagy.
Yeah. I would think Cliff would have been a little better for them, but especially what he does with rookie quarterbacks. But
Well, I just don't. I just don't understand what why Cliff is.
hasn't been picked up yet.
Yeah, it's very, very odd.
I wonder if he has any interviews coming up. Let me take a look.
Speaking of interviews being picked up, I'm reasonably happy with the direction the Steelers have gone with McCarthy, believe it or not. I know a lot of people are kind of down on it, but I'm actually kind of happy. You got a stable quarterback a stable coach, and he's bringing in some nice pieces.
Well,
He's offensively minded.
yeah,
So we're at a neutral site. We have the ChatGPT Patriots versus the Dowd-in Seahawks.
I'm
Team
going them by 3.
them by 3. What do you think, Michael?
no, I'm going with Seattle. I'm not gonna root for the Patriots.
I don't want to, but just know how this thing works out for us.
I don't care.
Yeah. I'm going to go with us by 3, only for the fact that they have beaten the Patriots in the Super Bowl, haven't they? And then the Patriots beat them once, or did they beat somebody else?
They beat them because didn't Sherman go up to Tom and say something, or was that when Tom?
I can't remember. Either way, I'm going to say us by 3 because it's us. And I like us better than them. So
in 2015, they beat the Seahawks 28-24.
was that when they did the interception?
I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, the Butler did it.
Yeah.
So
Okay, so the identity here, Patriots, their offense, elite, timing, passing, Brady and Gronk mismatch nightmare, strong power run game with Martin, high football IQ, physical front seven, disciplined coverage, strong turnover production, built to slow power run games, which sucks because we have a power run game. Great. So here we go. Our identity is heavy run, Lynch attack, Wilson off-script playmaking, deep passing threat via Largent, athletic tight end, Legion of Boom coverage dominance, elite linebacker speed, strong interior pass rush, Kennedy and Bennett, ball hawking secondary, coin toss, Seahawks win, defer, Patriots receive. First quarter, Patriots opening drive. Brady attacks quickly with short timing routes trying to neutralize Seattle's pass rush. Key plays, 18-yard seam to Gronk beats Wagner in coverage. Martin breaks tackle off versus right for 14. Sherman locks down Morgan on a deep post. Drive stalls at the Seattle 27. after Cortez Kennedy collapses pocket for sack. Vinatieri 45-yard field goal. Patriots 3-0. Seahawks response. Seattle establishes beast mode early. Lynch 12-yard power run through Will Fork double teams. Wilson scrambles 19 yards, escaping Tippett. There you go, Russ. Play action, deep shot to Largent versus Law for 34. Red zone, Will Fork stuffs Lynch, 3rd and goal. Myers, 24-yard field goal, 3-3. Late first quarter, Patriots O-line anchored by Hanna begins controlling inside lanes. Brady orchestrates 22-yard Gronk catch versus cover 3 seam. Martin screen pass for 17. Drive ends at Seattle 8-yard line. Earl Thomas break up end zone throw. So did they score? Okay, so the quarter ended, but the drive did not. Okay. Patriots finished the drive. Gronk dominates mismatch. Brady to Gronk, 8-yard touchdown versus Wagner. 10-3. Seahawks counter. Seattle offensive shift the tempo plus Wilson's mobility. Huge sequence. Wilson escapes Seymour for 27-yard scramble. Go, Russ. Largent beats Ty Law with perfect route for 21 yards. Jimmy Graham high points touchdown versus Brewski. Wilson versus Graham 11-yard touchdown. Graham is such a mismatch, but they have Gronk who's also a mismatch.
Yeah.
Defense chess match begins. Both sides adjust. Patriots Harrison shadows Graham. Smart. Tippett blitz pressure increases. Seahawks Sherman shadows Morgan. Thomas plays robber role on Gronk. Late half momentum swing. Wilson forces throw versus disguised coverage. Ty Law interception midfield. Brady capitalizes quickly. Martin 19-yard draw. Play action rollout. Brady Stanley Morgan 31-yard deep TD corner. Patriots 17-10. 2-minute drill. Wilson clutch drive. Large and chain moving catches. Lynch screen for 15, stalls at 29-yard line. Myers 47-yard field goal. Halftime score is 17 Patriots, Seahawks 13. Halftime stats: Brady has 188 yards, 2 touchdowns. Wilson has 149 yards, 1 touchdown. He has an interception. I don't know why it says 0.
Yeah.
39 rushing yards. Curtis Martin, 61 rushing yards. Lynch has 68. Third quarter, Seattle emphasizes outside zone runs and bootlegs. Lynch 23-yard run bouncing outside versus Seymour. Wilson rollout strike to Graham for 17. Wilson pump fake freezes Harrison. Wilson to Largent for a 9-yard touchdown. Seattle takes the lead 20-17. Patriots offensive response. Seattle's pass rush begins dominating. Kennedy, 1 sack, 2 pressures, collapsing the pocket. Patriots go quick tempo. Key moment. Gronk stiff arms Wagner for 28 yards. Red zone, Martin powers through right for a 4-yard touchdown. 24 Patriots, 20 Seahawks. Defensive stand. Patriots front 7 dominates inside. Will Fork and Seymour shut down the interior run game. Wilson is forced into long third downs. Fourth quarter, Seahawks clutch drive. Wilson magic shows up. He plays 31-yard scramble, converting 3rd and 14. Largent toe drag catch versus Law. Lynch breaks tackle for 16 yards. Lynch has a 3-yard touchdown run. Seahawks 27, Patriots 24. Brady championship drive begins. Seattle secondary clamps down early. Brady converts. 4th and 5 laser to Gronk versus Wagner for 20 yards. Morgan comeback versus Sherman for 18. Seattle pass rush nearly sacks Brady, but Hanna stonewalls Kennedy on a crucial 3rd down. Red zone, Gronk draws double coverage. Brady check down to Martin, 12-yard catch inside the 5. Goal line, Seattle loads the box, expecting run. Play action fake, Brady to Gronk. 31-27 with 2 minutes and 1 second remaining. Wilson gets the ball at his own 25. moves the offense efficiently. Graham, 14 yards. Wilson scrambles 11. Largent, 22-yard sideline catch. Seattle reaches the Patriots 33 with 22 seconds. Final play, Wilson launches a deep shot to Graham. Rodney Harrison times hit perfectly. Ball deflected. Andre Tippett secures interception. So we lost by 4. Patriots win 31-27. Final stats, Tom Brady had 318 yards, 3 touchdowns. Curtis, my favorite, Martin, had 98 rushing yards, a touchdown, 4 catches, 42 yards. Gronk had 9 catches, 132, and 2 touchdowns. He was the MVP of the ChatGPT Bowl. Stanley Morgan had 5 catches, 81 yards, and a touchdown. On defense, Ty Law had an interception. Tippett had an interception, 2 hits on the QB. Seymour had a sack. Wilfork had 5 run stops, and Harrison had 7 tackles and the game-saving breakup. For the Seahawks, Russ had 2 interceptions. I don't know why it's only saying he had 1, but basically had 272 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 68 rushing yards. Beast Mode had 110 yards, a touchdown, 3 catches, 29 yards. Largent had 8 catches for 101 and a touchdown. Jimmy Graham, 6 catches, 74 yards and a touchdown. On defense, Wagner, 11 tackles. Sherman, 4 passes broken up. Kennedy, a sack and a half. Bennett, 1 sack. Why the Patriots won. Brady and Gronk was a mismatch. Seattle historically struggled against elite tight ends. Patriots situational football, third downs and red zone efficiency. Slightly better offensive line interior control with John Hanna versus Kennedy. So we lost.
Oh, well.
Wasn't by 3, so there's that.
John.
Like it really matters.
You suck at this.
So we're gonna you want to flip it now?
So we're down to the prediction part of the show. What do you guys think is going to happen on Super Bowl Sunday?
Does it really matter?
Some people it does. If you're in
Bad
New England or
Bunny's gonna
Seattle,
wear
it
a
does.
dress. Bad Bunny's going to wear a dress during the halftime show.
Is he really?
He's already claimed it. Yep.
Well, hopefully he doesn't have a nip slip like Janet Jackson.
I'm gonna say the Seahawks are gonna win it. I just have a feeling. Darnold's on a roll.
They're the better team.
Yeah, I mean, they're the better team. Drake May, he did have a little bit of an injury, right? So we don't know. I mean, he says he's okay for right now, but that one, he went for a run on one of his scrambles and he got his right shoulder, which is his throwing shoulder. Seattle defense gets to him. We'll see what happens. A couple of hits if he lands on that shoulder, what it does for them. I just don't. I know Drake May played like an NFL MVP for the first 17 games of the season. I think when you look at his playoffs, yes, he's played against a lot better defenses in the playoffs than he did during the regular season. When you look at that, I think Seattle, I think their defense can do enough. When you think about, unfortunately, I mean, New England really doesn't have any. I know you don't need them, but New England really doesn't have any stars on offense.
True. Outside of Drake.
So we'll see what happens.
I
think Seattle's going to win.
So, twist on this. You pick Seattle to win the game. Who do you think is going to be the MVP of the Super Bowl, and what do you think the score will be as well?
Wow. 31-17 Seattle. Sam Darnold is your MVP.
What do you think, John?
I think I'm going to go to the same MVP. But I think you're going to see a score of more like 31-24.
Okay. So we're all kind of like along the same wavelength. I'm also going to pick the Seahawks to win. I'm going to say JSN is going to be the MVP. Just because I think that he's electric. I could see him breaking some nice big plays. But it could also be Darnold too, because it takes two to tango. So it's going to have to be Darnold making the play to JSN. But I'm going to go JSN as the MVP, Seattle winning. And yeah, I'm going to say maybe like 27-24, something like that, super close. But I think Seattle's the better team. It's really going to have to, if Patriots are going to win, it's going to have to be Drake May putting the team on his back. And I don't know if he's like grown up enough and again in the league or has enough weapons around him to be able to do that yet. Now, in a couple years, can he do that? I think so. But this time might be a learning step for him. So go with Seattle.
It still boils down to weapons.
Yeah.
And look, here's the thing. When you look at New England, with the part that sucks the most, you got a quarterback on a rookie deal. And if he's that good, that means the next 3 years, they don't got to spend any money on a quarterback. It gives them the opportunity to go ahead and get, some other weapons on the offensive side. Which could be, which will be, very, very helpful, for them. That's the one thing about all these guys. Look, Denver's in the same boat. Chicago's in the same boat. Washington's in the same boat, right? You have these guys that are in the second year of their contract. They got 3 years before they're going to have to pay them. And all four of those guys, the way they're going right now, I mean, Daniels is the only one, and he's going to have to remain healthy, but Bo has to come back. He's got to be healthy, but you're talking about, the next wave of quarterbacks a couple of years down the road that are going to be the guys that are going to be, getting the money, and it'll change the teams to see what they do, stuff like that. That's the bad thing about, the Patriots part.
And if you have the score could go a lot higher, especially if Drake May goes out. I don't think Dobbs can keep up with Darnold.
Definitely not. I mean, if Drake May's out, then it's going to get ugly.
Now, Mike, going back to saying that NFL doesn't have guaranteed contracts, the rookie contract is. Because Jaden Daniels has a 4-year fully guaranteed rookie contract worth 37, basically almost 38 million.
Okay, I guess that's a change they went ahead and made.
It might be, like I said, it might be rookie years. I'm not trying to make you look bad. I just noticed when I looked at this contract.
No. I mean that may have been when they added in the slotting for the stuff. Maybe that's one of the things that they put in there to get the Players Association to agree to it.
I know, like over 24 million of it is signing bonuses. So
yeah, maybe it might be done that way. But hey, I mean, I don't know.
Who is Seattle's backup quarterback? If Darnold was to go down,
Milroe. He's a rookie. Jalen Milroe out of
both main quarterbacks going down
Alabama.
In that game. Backups coming into play.
He's a mobile guy too, so he can run around if need be.
Yeah, and they have Drew Lock also.
Oh well,
they have Drew Lock and Milroe, and New England has
Dobbs, and I don't know who else it was.
Josh Dobbs and they got Tommy Cutlets, baby. Tommy DeVito.
When you said I thought you were going to be like, they got Will Grier, whatever his name was.
Which he may be a better pick than Kyler Murray.
He may win a Super Bowl before Kyler Murray.
So who do you think ends up being the Raiders head coach?
Oh, they've already said it's Kubiak.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
He's the Seattle guy, right? Isn't he the Seattle offensive coordinator?
I think so.
I think so. Yeah.
That's why I think they haven't hired him yet. He's supposed to be hired like the Tuesday after.
So who's left that needs a head coach?
That's it.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, there's the big thing going on right now that the Rooney Rule is a bunch of bullshit because 11 openings or 10 openings, whatever the heck it was, and unfortunately, the only person of color hired was Robert Saleh.
And that's for the head coach, right? Because
Yeah,
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure the Steelers hired an African American for defensive coordinator.
yeah. These changes are going to be interesting. You mentioned Pittsburgh, and here's what I think happened, honestly, with the Steelers. I think they probably looked around, and I don't, like, I can't imagine the organization going, this 3 head coach thing for the last, 50 something years. I don't know how that worked out well for us. Maybe we should change and go with some older dude. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that they would have had that kind of conversation of changing their, their philosophy. I think they looked around. They probably were not sold on any of these young guys and going, you know what? I feel comfortable that guy right there can be our coach for the next 8 to 10 years.
Not only that, he's proven he can develop young quarterbacks. He developed Aaron Rodgers. He's developed Dak Prescott and like a couple other quarterbacks that are notable. So there, those are 2 like players that are perennial Pro Bowlers.
I think it's a good hire. I don't have I don't have an issue with, like I said, I just wonder if that went into. I mean, don't get me wrong. They could have gone ahead and said, "Hey, you know what? I'd rather have a proven coach. It gives us a better chance to win it all." Maybe that's what their thought process was. But I'm just saying, to me, another piece could have been, "Hey, I don't see any. They may not have had the confidence out there in anybody else. Who knows?"
You know what I would love to see them do too is get like a young offensive coordinator to kind of like be this guy's shadow. You know what I mean? To kind of just get raised up and to be him once he retires. Because he's 62 years old. So you figure, how long is he going to be coaching? 10 years max? Maybe 15?
I would say maybe 5 or 6 at that age.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he's definitely like at retirement age. And he's made enough money he could be retired if he wasn't so passionate about the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's what I love about him. Like, I'm a homer like through and through. So when a guy shows up at his introductory press conference and starts crying because he loves Pittsburgh and he loves the Steelers and all of his family's here, it's like, yes, that's my coach.
Yeah. I mean, my only question is this. Who have we heard of that has come from the McCarthy coaching tree?
Well, let's see.
I don't know. I'm not saying I'm not asking because you don't know about, like, you hear, oh, this guy came from the McVeigh tree. This guy came from, this guy came from, whatever his name is, the Walrus in Kansas City.
Andy Reid.
Thank you.
Who was that one for the Eagles there for a while? Buddy Ryan. There you go.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hope he can go ahead and do something like that. I mean, to me, to your point, Anthony, I think you look at it, he is probably at a point where
here's the trees. Mike McCarthy's
Mike
tree.
LaFleur, Kyle Shanahan.
Yep. Joe Philbin, Ben McAdoo.
Basically 2.
So you figure
Philbin
out of his tree, he's had multiple head coaches. He's had LaFleur. He's had Shanahan, who's been a really good coordinator. He's had Philbin, who's been a head coach. He's had McAdoo, who's been a head coach. He's had Nathaniel Hackett, who's been a head coach, and Kellen Moore, who's been an offensive coordinator. Then
Kellen Moore is now a head coach.
Oh yeah, touche. Okay.
He's in New England's head coach, right? Unless he got fired.
And then his identity is basically West Coast offense, quarterback development, pre-snap motion, offensive coordinator pipeline is normally strong, moderate success, producing long-term head coaches. So Mike Tomlin's coaching tree now, direct coaching tree. Bruce Arians, who was technically, I think, a Cowher guy too. So he's often considered Tomlin's most successful branch. Then we got Keith Butler. I don't really know how that counts. He never became a head coach.
I think that's why it says partial branches, maybe.
Beekner never became a head coach. Brian Flores. He was a Dolphins head coach. He was a defensive assistant for the Steelers. Terrell Austin. Again, not really. Yeah, McCarthy's is way better than Tomlin's.
Yeah, no, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I didn't realize that LaFleur was under him. I didn't realize Kyle Shanahan, was under him. That's why I was asking, because I really had no idea.
Yeah.
So hopefully he can go ahead and, pick that younger, moderately aged, offensive type coach that Pittsburgh, that the ownership would have enough, enough confidence in, for when McCarthy were to go ahead, and hang him up and stuff.
It's just wild how much better the coaching tree is under McCarthy than Tomlin. And they're so similar as far as like what they've done in their careers. You know what I mean? Like record wise and just like Super Bowl wise and all that. The only difference is Tomlin swings more towards the defense and McCarthy swings more towards the offense. Other than that, they're like carbon copies of each other, like minus the coaching tree and all that other jazz, which is pretty impressive on the McCarthy side.
Yeah, I think it to me, I think it's good. I mean, I think a lot of people were, shocked about it because it's definitely a different MO than the last 3 coaching hires that there were, and stuff. And so I don't know, you figure, hey, let's go ahead, let's make a change. Let's see what he could do. Maybe they wanted someone who was more proven, from a playoff perspective, because they want to try and get there, sooner rather than later, from that standpoint. But good for them. I mean, I don't really think there's been any holy cow, hires and stuff like that. I mean, Harbaugh going to the Giants. I mean, that kind of, I think that's what he was. As soon as he wound up leaving, I think that's who he was linked to right away of him heading there. I think, Cleveland had to just pick somebody, because, I mean, you had guys who would rather be an offensive coordinator than go be a head coach in Cleveland.
Right.
True.
And why is that? Is that because of the guy that we spoke about? Why wouldn't you want to go to Cleveland and coach an all-pro quarterback?
I don't know.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
I mean, Cleveland is where most careers go to die.
So I could kind of sort of, understand that, but you look at like, the guy from Miami, Daniels.
Yeah.
I mean, head coach Cleveland with that weather, or I could go to the Chargers and have Justin Herbert as my quarterback with those offensive weapons that I have there. Oh, and it's in Los Angeles.
Oh yeah. Give me that.
I mean, the state sucks, but the weather and everything is great.
Yeah, it's beautiful out there.
I think that plays a part of it. I mean, look, the Jets have having a hard time. I mean, what they're going through, what they're trying to fill out their staff, same type of thing. You want to have you have to have an organization that people want to go to. It makes it easier to get, a guy or two. show up and everything. What about Robert Kraft not getting into the Hall of Fame?
I'm not surprised. I think that what they're going to do with the New England people, since a lot of it's like sports, like broadcasters and journalists and stuff that vote, I think what they're going to do is send a message like with the cheating. They're gonna get in the Hall of Fame. They're just not going to let them be first ballots.
So you're telling me that Tom Brady doesn't get on his first ballot?
He may, because he is the best of all time, but he may not because of the cheating stuff.
Dude, I was listening this morning on Get Up, and they were talking about how the whole process works, and it's literally stupid. You know, like there's only a certain number of people that can get in.
Mm-hmm.
You can only vote for 3 people on the list. You know, and they said it's a closed door meeting, and it's one of those ones where, you know, if they find out that you leaked anything or talked about stuff, that they literally can go ahead and take you off of the voting, you know, panel and stuff.
Yeah, it's wild.
But to me, I don't like the whole Hall of Fame thing, no matter what sport. Well, basketball is different. And I don't
Have
know what
either of you guys been to the Hall in Canton?
No. But the thing that gets me is this, and I've thought it for a while, and I heard somebody again on ESPN, they were saying it, you know, today is that if you're a Hall of Famer, shouldn't everybody or anybody know it the day you take your jersey off for the final time?
For sure.
You know,
For
like
the most part.
like baseball is the crazy one. You know, I mean, you got guys that are on the list for 10 years. Why are they, if they're not if their stats don't get any better, so if they're not a Hall of Famer in year 1, how the hell are they a Hall of Famer in year 8 or year 9?
And then after
Especially
the 10 years, then it goes to the senior committee or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So you could be on for another 10 years there.
Right. So that's the part that gets me.
I think all of them, besides for basketball, are basically a popularity contest.
Yeah. To me, it's one of those things where is that, you know what? You've retired. I understand, you know, you get a guy who, you know, you might, you know, the whole thing was, well, you know, you want to wait the time because you don't know if the guy's going to unretire. But that's, so if a guy was good enough to be in the Hall of Fame, and then he goes away for a year, and he comes back, is that 1 year going to be enough to go ahead and say, oh, sorry, you blew it now? Like if Babe Ruth retired and then went, you know, and took a year off and goes, you know what, I'm coming back. Is he not is he not still a Hall of Famer?
Jordan was.
Right. But and that's the thing that gets me is that I don't understand the waiting part. You play your last game, you take your jersey off, I'm done, I'm retired. You look and you go, damn, that guy's a Hall of Famer. Just put him in.
Yeah.
Like why do you have to wait 5 years? What's going to change? The stats aren't going to change.
No.
Do you think they do that just in case the guy unretires, or what do you think the main reason for that is?
Yeah. No, I mean I do I mean I can kind of sort of understand it, but in what I'm saying though is that if Tom Brady, for some strange reason, came out of retirement to go play for the Raiders next year, how bad would he have to be for him to not be in the Hall of Fame outside of some kind of, well, he's probably the wrong player to pick, outside of some kind of cheating scandal? you know what I'm saying? Like Peyton Manning. Let's use Peyton Manning, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Peyton. You look at what was Peyton Manning his last couple of years. He wasn't the Peyton Manning that, oh my gosh, right? But you go,
Right.
man, that guy's one of the best quarterbacks to ever go ahead and play the game.
For sure.
You know, if he were to retire and then come back and not play well, what difference is it? Look at Aaron Rodgers. It could be an example, right? There's a guy who
Yep.
got hurt. He didn't retire, but he got hurt. The last 2 years, he didn't look like the Aaron Rodgers that he looked like before, even before his injury at his age. It doesn't all of a sudden go ahead and go, nope, that guy's not a Hall of Famer anymore. Nope, sorry. He sucks now.
I mean, I think I agree with you there. It should be okay. Well, maybe they do it. They should change it to this. Once you retire, you have 5 years. If you do not come back to football in those 5 years, in that 6 years, your final last chance to get into the Hall of Fame. Don't keep them on for 10 years.
Yeah.
Whatever it is they keep them on for.
Yeah. Like, again, with me, like I said, I just don't, I don't understand it. It's even worse when you think about you have the guy who has been involved in the most Super Bowl wins, 8, 6 as a head coach, 2 as a coordinator, and an owner who has won as many Super Bowls that he has. Those 2 guys are not first ballot Hall of Famers, and their team, their one guy's current team, one guy's former team is playing for another Super Bowl.
Right.
Look at it this way, though. Like, they're not first ballot Hall of Famers, but they could be getting the Pete Rose treatment and just getting blackballed altogether.
And if you really want to look at it, we go back, look at Phillip Rivers. He came back. Did it help him any?
No. But it also reset his clock, I think.
Maybe that's the reason these players do that, so they get more chances.
It might
come
be.
back for a year
And I
and-
think you look, and Phillip Rivers maybe heard rumblings that he was a borderline guy, and let me go ahead and come back and show I could go ahead and ball out for a few games, and that'll put me in a favorable light.
Right.
Because I don't know if Phillip Rivers makes it. I mean, he may make it when they get to whatever this extra, unless there's this like extra committee or something like that, like they're starting to do. I don't know if Phillip Rivers makes it. I mean, hell, if Eli Manning doesn't win 2 Super Bowls, he ain't making it.
He was the second best quarterback drafted that year.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, the whole Hall of Fame thing, it's just, to me, this is one of those things where, I think people are going to look around, they're going to go, somebody has to explain something here. Robert Kraft, I understand. So it's like, the other thing they said is they made this change to where coaches, and I don't even know why Robert Kraft should be eligible for the whole he's a freaking owner of a football team. Like, I don't know why an owner should be eligible for a Hall of Fame. You weren't a player, it shouldn't be a voting or anything like that. There should be an owner's wing, and man, you did so great, boom, you go there. Rooney, boom, you go there. Hell, Al Davis, should go there, right? I mean, certain owners, the Hunts, all those, they should go there. All those types of people and stuff, but the whole to put players and coaches and owners in the same pool and then have to have people choose, people might have said, why should I vote for Robert Kraft when LC Greenwood is eligible?
Yeah,
Right.
LC Greenwood is a much better option for obvious reasons.
Right.
Well, I was just looking, and it is 10 years for the NFL as well. It used to be 15 they could be on the ballot for. So it's like, it's just stupid.
Right. And I understand, don't worry about it. They'll get in anyway. It's not the point. That makes it mean even less.
Yeah.
So it's almost like the Pro Bowl.
Right, there we go.
Think about it. It does in a way. In a way, it doesn't. In a way, it doesn't mean anything.
Mm-hmm.
Again, if you're keeping those two guys out because you think they're of cheating, I really want to see what happens with Tom. But but here's the thing. The NFL, I think from what has happened, or not the NFL, the Hall of Fame, where they see what has happened, what has come from this, will put some stuff in place and some changes where it won't affect someone like Tom.
Right.
So
apparently, speaking of Shador, he threw a touchdown pass to Garrett Bowles, the offensive lineman. In the Pro Bowl.
Is that on tonight?
It's on right now.
Neither reason much. You know what? I think I'd watch the Puppy Bowl before I watch the Super Bowl. I might catch the last 10 minutes of the Super Bowl, and that would be about it.
Yeah, currently I think it's, what is it, 28-28?
What was it, flag football game?
Yeah, the flag football.
You can watch it on Disney.
I'm trying to see if it says who won any of the skills competitions.
They have no data on the game.
I just looked up like NFL scores, and it doesn't even bring that game up.
I don't know if you can see, but it actually shows the little flag football game going on right now.
Shador Sanders' pass goes through Jamar Hayes' hands for an interception.
Chase playing on defense.
Chase helping him out. I don't know. Like I said, it's going to be interesting to see with this whole thing. Like I said, I think that's what makes it where people don't care because players don't seem to care. So whatever. All right. They don't care. Why should we care? Yeah. The Hall of Fame thing, this makes it even more, excuse me, more of a joke. Mm-hmm. Where now it's like, now even more people aren't going to care, about the Pro Bowl. So, I mean, again, like I said in the beginning, like what's the benefit of it?
Yeah.
Here's what Google has in for the Pro Bowl says flag football, the final high stakes game between AFC and NFC teams.
It's so high stakes. We brought in Shador Sanders and Joe Flacco.
And you're only showing it on Disney.
Yeah. Like, how bad is that? They have two Bengals quarterbacks and technically two Browns quarterbacks, if you count Flacco for both games.
Well, they're the only one that, were available at the time.
The crazy part is not one of those players should be in the Pro Bowl, but Burrow is at least, I guess, worthy of like a pity nod. But,
well, I think, yeah. I mean, Burrow is probably, again, they're going down the list and everything, and Burrow's like, yeah, what the hell, where is it even being played?
Good question.
Is it San Fran? I don't know.
Like where is this game?
Yeah, San Fran.
Yep, the Moscone Center.
So not even at the site of the Super Bowl?
Well, no, they don't want to mess up the field. Have all those flags all over the place.
Oh, wait a minute, the game is over?
Well, it sounded like it was 28-28, but
I'm looking right here. The 2026 Pro Bowl games have begun, and it's time for the NFC-AFC Flag Football Showdown. The game kicks off at 8 p.m. with the NFL's biggest stars battling it out. Oh, last year, the NFC won 56-50.
If the NFC doesn't win this year, there's a problem.
Well, they're down 8.
Well, yeah, they got the mighty Shador Sanders in the game. Talking so much trash on Shador, I don't actually think he's as bad as he's played, but I mean, he's also playing for the Cleveland Browns, and he's a rookie quarterback who's not developed yet.
I mean, Dak Prescott and CD Lamb are playing.
Well, they're showing it is 38-28 with like 60 seconds left in the second quarter.
No, Nico Collins. Nico Collins scored. They made it 44-28, and then Dak and CD answered on the next drive. Cut the lead with 14 seconds. They scored.
He keeps it up, he might end up in the CFL.
And obviously, Dak and CD had nothing better to do.
So let me ask you guys, anything else coming up this week that you want to talk about?
Got our stream tomorrow.
We'll have our stream tomorrow, which will focus Royal Rumble, Monday Night Raw, what's coming out of that kind of stuff, a bunch of stuff there going on.
Which we really don't know.
What?
Which we can't figure out.
Yeah. Stuff like that. I mean, that's just about it. You know, I'm we are in the like I said, with like I kind of said when we did that last that last rip on that Sunday and everything, and we don't have much going on from other content right now, as we are packing up and trying to go ahead and get this one ready to go. But unfortunately, the weather has finally caught up to us, and our luck of good weather didn't work out. I got a message from the PM today that it's probably about 6 inches of snow still on the ground, but they're hoping that the heat will come and get rid of it, and they'll be able to bang out the rest of the stuff next week.
Get her done.
Yeah. So, but that's about it. Yeah, I mean, we'll we'll be back, and then John, why don't you go ahead and see what else is happening?
Anybody, we are doing. If you haven't heard, one of the community members, Kenny Weaver, passed away last week. We are going to set up a celebration of life, I think is what we're going to call it again, to help his wife out with any cost she might have on February 22nd. We don't have a time yet, but we should have a time better tomorrow night. We're going to have a little get together. But basically, if you want to get involved, we'll put stuff out there, watch our channels. So you get the gist of what will be going on.
Nice. So yeah, if anybody wants to get involved, you see our Instagram scrolling down below. If you just want to reach out to John, he's PokerGod1970 there on Instagram. You can put together cash donations. You can put together collectibles or anything that you would want to see raffled off towards any of his expenses to kind of bless his wife. Feel free to reach out there.
Yeah.
And, hopefully we can get some nice stuff going.
Yeah, and it's anything. I mean, like for instance, like one of the things that like the guys up in Canada will do, they put together a Canadian snack box. So you get like snacks and stuff that you can only get in Canada, in mail. There are other guys that they give away a what do you want to call it? Like not a mystery box, but like a box especially made for you that they know, okay, what's your favorite team? Oh, I like, this team. And they'll put a box together, of all, cards, from your, favorite team or two. So there's a lot of ways. If you want to get involved, you can get involved. Yep. But again, come buy some spots on the wheel. You can go ahead and get a spin. And then if your name comes up, boom, you go ahead and pick a prize.
Yep. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
I usually go for most of the day. I usually start around noon and go well into the evening.
When do you need the prize or the stuff that people want to give by, John? Like when everybody needs that by?
That's something I have to do next week. I'm going to say he usually does it the Friday before. He likes to have it in his hand Friday before. If it's not, then you can ship it out to the individual person if you wanted to. You can always do that as well.
Cool.
I would say it'd be safe to say that you probably want to get it in the mail, no later than the end of next week.
Cool.
Yeah.
I think would be a good. It'll give Mike time to go through and see and stuff like that. And the thing is, like, if you put a lot of stuff in, you can basically go ahead and say, hey, these 2 or 3 items go together.
Yeah.
This item stands by itself. So if you happen to do, multiple things, you could do that, type of stuff.
Especially as like our buddy Dom, he likes to do that kind of stuff. He'll send a big old box of stuff, and it's random, anywhere from socks to books to it's everything and anything from him.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking about doing. Is me and my wife putting together a little box of stuff.
We all think he just goes and buys out a Dollar Tree somewhere.
Yeah.
Hey, did you guys notice? I saw today. I didn't know if you know. Best Buy is selling PSA submission kits.
Really? No, I have not.
For $100. You get 4 $25 vouchers, they say. I just saw it on Facebook today. Said, that doesn't look real. And I did. They're there for $100. I'm like, I won't do it because I see a lot of bad reviews from it. A lot of them are missing their codes to be able to use for $25 and all that. So I'm like, I ain't risking $100 for that.
Yeah, that's interesting though.
But yeah, so
seeing more retail getting into the whole PSA business.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't hear Fanatics and PSA bought out Best Buy? You didn't hear that?
I did not. No. They're buying everything else.
Might as well.
I saw. What else did I see? Somebody showed. I don't know if it's true or not that Lowe's had Panini football cards at their stores, but they had it advertised all wrong. It said the sticker said 22-23 basketball, and it was a football mega box.
Nice.
Oh. Speaking of devil, look who
there he is. The man, the myth, the legend. It's your buddy Dom.
I've seen boxes in True Value and Ace Hardware stores.
Yeah, I have heard about that. I don't know if they're any different in price, probably not, but no, Dom, your boxes are the best because you never know what you're gonna get.
Because yours are a true mystery.
That's right. That is so true. They are so true.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, guys, we appreciate y'all being with us this week. We're going to start wrapping this one down. If you would, make sure you're subscribed to Pittsburgh, Huddle Card Collection, and Firestarter Breaks, and that way you won't miss any more content. Hopefully you guys have a good, fun, safe Super Bowl this weekend. Don't get too crazy with any parties, but hopefully it'll be a good game. Hopefully it won't suck. Commercials should be pretty good either way. So that's the nice thing about the Super Bowl. It's the one time commercials actually don't suck.
Yeah. And if the game is going to suck, let's hope it sucks for the Patriots.
Correct. That would be a good suck. Well, guys, we appreciate you. And again, make sure you're subscribed to all of our channels, and we will see you guys later on.
Good night, everybody.
Everybody.